Avengers Assemble! Today we are looking at the Hasbro Avengers 3 3/4 inch figure line, and this is figure number 8, Gamma Smash Hulk. It's here, guys. The movie is finally out. I decided to hold off on reviewing the Avengers figures until I'd actually gotten a chance to see the movie and actually have first-hand experience of what goes on, just so I could maybe add that extra little bit of information to the reviews. And I try to keep spoilers to a minimum, but at least I could put out some more movie-based facts into my review or something like that. And the Avengers figures came out almost a month ago, and Hulk was the lowest numbered movie figure. The first 7 figures were all either redos of the things I've already reviewed, like the Iron Man figures, the Thor figures, Captain America, or comic book based. A lot of Ultimate Series figures, which is kind of interesting. This is the first new Avengers figure that we have in numerical order, at least. So let's take a look at Hulk. Now, while he doesn't have a stupid accessory, he has a stupid play feature. If you rotate his arms, you get a nice loud snapping sound. You can take Hulk and put his hands out, and then pull them back, and let go, and he smashes, kinda. Okay, I thought we left play features back in, like, 1995, but apparently they are still going strong with action figures today with Hasbro. Not too thrilled about that. The head sculpt on Hulk is not bad. It's still kind of the Mark Ruffalo Hulk. It's pretty accurate to the movie, I guess, for a 3 3/4 inch figure. It's not phenomenal, and it's really a very small-headed figure. It really kind of weirds me out how tiny they made the head on this guy. He looks very disproportionate. It's like they took a normal figure's head and stuck it on this enlarged body. Speaking of an enlarged body, he's not really that much bigger. I mean, here's the Iron Man Mark 6 from Iron Man 2, and not that big of a size difference. He's obviously wider and beefier, but he doesn't stand a whole lot taller, which really disappointed me. He has all the sculpted muscles that you'd expect Hulk to have. I don't feel like the execution on these are very well done either. He kind of looks a little less muscular than he should. And having seen the movie, I do realize it's a small figure, but it would have been nice if they'd attempted to paint or sculpt some chest hair on him. The color is all wrong. This is definitely not the right shade of green from the movie. He's got his khaki pants on, which I think he had in some scenes, if not all of them. I actually couldn't really tell in most of the scenes. He just kept moving around and everything, so not entirely sure about that one. We have one fisted hand and one semi-open one, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense with the smashing action. You think you would just give him 2 big fists. He's got his Hulk feet down here, which are fine. I mean, they're decently sculpted. Turn around to the back. I mean, he's an okay sculpt, I guess. He's just not what I really would have wanted. For articulation, I think he technically has a ball-jointed neck, but the way it's sculpted, all you can really do is swivel it side to side. There's a little play up and down, but nothing really to speak of. He has the mid-torso crunch. No ball joint this time, just a little crunch. And I think it's more to go with the smashing action, so you could have him up, and then he ends bent over. He has pin and socket shoulders, though they are in that snap, and they will rotate together, but you can pin one arm down and just snap this one around, and vice versa, which is okay. Can bend and swivel at the elbow. No wrist articulation, which is a major pet peeve of mine. Especially because he has this stupid gimmicky action. How is he supposed to smash? If he's going to smash downward, which is what the motion is for, he's smashing with the backs of his hands. Wouldn't you at least turn the hand about 90 degrees so that it would be a fist coming down? I mean, that would be the whole point of smashing, wouldn't it? This figure suffers horribly from lack of wrist articulation, and it is a biggest flaw, I think, with this entire figure. On the plus side, the leg joints are not as stupid. Hey, what do you know? It actually swivels and bends in and out. It's a more standard style joint, and he has a bend and swivel at the knee, so you could get him into a decent range of poses with that. Downside being, well, one downside being that the sculpted piece over here that covers his knee when his leg's in an upright position. If you turn it to the side, you really can't get as much rotation out of that leg because it will butt up against that. And you know what? You're not going to be able to use that articulation to its fullest anyway, because this figure has no ankle joints. Really? Really, Hasbro? What is this crap? I mean, no ankle joints. No wrist, no ankle. This is a common theme with all the Avengers figures. If you got tired of me talking about the ball-hinged legs before, you're going to get sick and tired of me talking about this lack of articulation, because this pisses me off. These figures are at least $1 more than the previous Marvel movie figures. I mean, even more at some stores. And they're crappier in just basic things. Articulation is just thrown out the window. It irks me to no end. The absolute worst flaw with Hasbro giving us this body is that they already have the tooling done for the right body for this figure. You can see right here a figure I haven't gotten around to reviewing yet. One of the first Marvel Universe figures I picked up was the World War Hulk. And this year they're repurposing this body left and right for other versions of Hulk. I mean, they did the classic Avengers one in a multi-pack not that long ago. They're doing a normal Hulk, they're doing a red Hulk. I'm sure there's going to be 800 more versions of this Hulk put out. This body is phenomenal, has tons of articulation, is well sculpted. It's still about the same height, so it still fit in the same card box as this Hulk would, but it's an all-around better sculpt, better design, and better articulated. So, why couldn't they given us this body? All in all, I guess it could be worse. I don't know. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to go ahead and, right up front here, not recommend this figure at all. He is awful. He's really awful. And I'm hoping as we go through the rest of these Avengers figures that this is going to be the low point and not the standard. Because honestly, I don't know how much more of this I could take. The silver lining, if you could call it that, is that we are getting a 6-inch line from Hasbro of the Avengers figures, just like we got with the Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor movies, the most recent set of 3. So, with any luck, I'm hoping that Hulk, which I've seen pictures of, it looks good, it looks like it has articulation, it looks like it doesn't stand much taller than the other figures in that line. So maybe he will fit in scale with the rest of the 3 3/4 inch figures, and we could have a nice little Avengers set with him. Either way, this guy is one to skip if you could put in any replacement for him. I think there's a couple other things out there that are a little taller Hulk figures, and some are better articulated, some are not, but it's a better look overall for the set. Maybe I'll review some of those down the line as we go. And by the way, since the 6-inch Hulk doesn't fit with those figures as much as it should, there's always that Marvel Select one coming out. I've got my eye on that one. That one looks cool. But maybe we'll get to him later, hopefully, if I can pick one up. So anyway, not recommend on the Hulk. And hopefully, moving on, there'll be something better. I feel awkward now because my catchphrase for the last few months, I mean, since January, has been, stay with us as we continue to count down to Avengers. Well, it's here, guys, so stay with us as we continue to review the Avengers merchandise. Stay tuned.